it's me, Tori Faye, and in today's video I have a life update. And I know, I did it again, but I have an explanation. When I started back school, I needed to get the hang of things first before I can continue with doing YouTube. And of course, I got the hang of it really easily, and it's just like old times, and I love it. And a lot of other things happened in this last month, and I have a lot to update you guys on. So let's just get started. So first things first, as you can read by the title, I have a job now, and let me just take you guys back to the beginning. So as you guys know, I've never had a job before, and for the last few years it's all been about trying to find a job and all that stuff. But this year specifically, I swear, I think 2021 might be my favorite year of my life, because I grew so much as a person, and I made that my priority and goal, and I've achieved so much. And one of the goals that I've had for a very long time, which of course was getting my first job. And I got to the point where I was like, is this ever really gonna happen? I mean, I know it's gonna happen, but just like getting rejected after rejected because I don't have any experience whatsoever. And one glorious day, I got a call. I was at school in the library in the section I'm always in, and I got a call from Harris Teeter. Now, prior to that, of course, I was applying to a bunch of places, and Harris Teeter was one of them. And the position is personal shopper, and I wasn't expecting that call at all. It was this nice man named Steven on the phone. Indeed, as a personal shopper, yes, I did. And he said that there was this one specific location who was in desperate need of personal shoppers. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I started like smiling so hard. So I wrote down all the information he gave me, and I applied, and I had my interview. And for some reason, this interview, I came in there so prepared for all these questions. I was so nervous because I was like, God, please let this be the one for real. Like, the one that changes my life forever. And I went in, and this nice man named Brian, who was my manager, it was like so fast. And it was like one of those interviews, it's like, you already got it. Because I walked out of it, I was like, wait, do I already have the job? I was so confused, but I didn't want to get my hopes up yet. I had to do some things afterwards, you know, the whole shebang, forms, background checks. You girls obviously squeaky clean. Or a tour of the store. I'm like, okay, wait, I actually got the job. So then, of course, you get the form that's like, this is your pay and your part-time. But the whole process happened so fast, and I was not expecting that at all. And I couldn't believe it. And it was like, of course I thought one day when I got my first job, I was like, I'm gonna cry, but I didn't at all. And this, like, from the forms to the online training I had to do. Yeah, guys, I have a job, and I'm even making bank. Seriously, I've been doing some calculations, and your girl's gonna get money. So, but that's not just the reason why, you know, getting the job was important for me. It was because, obviously, like I said, I never had a job before. I wasn't really an active kid as a child. I think I've said this to you guys before. And this was my chance to finally have something called my own. The feeling that I have now that one of the major things is checked off is amazing. And I finally have something under my belt now for when I one day have another job. It means so much, and I'm really excited. And I love the people I work with already. Like, Harris Teeter, everyone knows, is a great place to shop because it's all organized, it's not crazy. But I love the people I work with as well too. They're all so nice. We all get along. We all help each other out, and I understood it so easily. And of course, I still have a little bit to go, but I understand it so vividly, and I just love my job, and that's a good thing. And it feels so nice to once again hear people say that they're proud of me and that they're good. And But you guys, I have a job now, and I am I'm just really excited. I can't wait to take you guys on this journey with my job. But the next update I wanted to tell you guys about is something a little personal, which I don't think I really talked about much on this channel, and that's weight loss. And I'm just gonna say this right now, I am not a fitness guru, and I'm known to be lazy in some times in my life, and that's what some people used to call me. But before a job and me going back to in-person school and all that stuff, some people used to call me that. And a part of this growth of this year from myself is taking constructive criticism better than I used to. And I feel like I've come a long way with that. But like I said, the best revenge in life is success. And also, I would tell a person who used to call me lazy and who probably would still think that now, why would you call a person that's lazy that goes to school Monday to Thursday, works a full weekend, lazy? What else do you have other than the fact that, my license still doesn't exist within my world, which I will talk about that later. But yeah, all that. But back to weight loss. As you guys know, I have never been the smallest person from the start of this channel, obviously if you know me personally beforehand. And I haven't really talked about weight loss or my insecurities at all on this channel because I didn't want this channel to be like that. I wanted to be positive and upbeat, but sometimes we get serious. And without getting too serious, I'm going to say that I have struggled for the longest time in my life. My insecurities with my body has been one of the reasons why I have, some mental breakdown sometimes. And one of those actually happened. Like I said, this year was about me not having a bunch of crying sessions anymore. And I did really good with that up until this moment. It was like the last week of August, first few days of September. I was up one day and I was getting ready to go somewhere with my mom. I was putting on these shorts and I think either they didn't fit anymore or the button popped off and I got so mad. I get so mad when that happens with any clothes. I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? And I gotta go either throw it away or give it away. And it just really hurts to know that, oh my god, my body keeps growing because of myself and what I'm doing. And so I was already mad. And then my mom went to Walmart because I wanted to get we were just shopping and all that stuff. And I was trying on some stuff in the dressing room. And most people have insecurities about different parts of their body. Me specifically, when I was younger, it used to be my legs. I didn't even want to wear shorts at school. That's how much I hated my legs. My arms, I got kind of used to. But the main part of my body that's been my biggest insecurity is my stomach. My stomach gets in the way. My stomach got in the way of everything, including putting on pants and shorts. And then when you wear a dress that's like black, for example, you can see this like stomach that looks like I'm pregnant when I'm not. And that really hurt me, and I just wanted to break down and cry in Walmart. This was crazy. And when we got in the car and we were on the way back home, I didn't want to talk to my mom. Until we got home, I just went in my room and I just cried for about like 20 minutes. And that was the first time in a long time that I've broke down about something like that. And my mom has heard that since I was a kid. Because, like I said, since I was a kid, this is how I've been feeling about myself. And everyone in my family pretty much knows it. And I would go deeper into it, but I don't have time for that. But maybe one day I'll make a video explaining more. But all my mom said was, Tori, you can make this change if you want to, but you have to do it. No one else can do it for you. And I took that after sitting by myself and letting the tears dry up thought about it, and I was like, okay, if I hate how my stuff isn't fitting me anymore, I can make a change. Because obviously, you guys know my brother passed away when he was 13, and it had nothing to do with his body or whatever, but I just want to live a much longer life and a more healthier life. And being healthy some way that can fit you and not taking someone else's health journey as an example and trying to follow that because it doesn't fit you. And I realized that. So ultimately, I decided to take one step at a time with this whole weight loss journey. And it's not a good thing to refer to it like that. It's just cutting back to the extreme, I guess, but not in an anorexic or bulimic way. So starting September 2nd, I took my starting pictures, and I made a layout, and I hid them in my phone so that way I wouldn't see them until I actually wanted to see them again. And I think what I would satisfy myself with my body would just be if my stomach shrunk a little bit and it was more flatter, but everything else, I guess, is fine. That's just the one thing. That's it. And I have been doing really good. Of course, I've done this plenty of times when I was younger. Tried to follow a workout plan for just one whole day, and I didn't even do it the next day, and that was kind of disappointing, but then that was my lazy side coming out. I'm a changed person, and this has been a good journey so far because I've seen things that has changed. Of course, my body still, it takes a while for it to start changing, but two main things that I can tell are changing is, one, I weighed myself the day before I started working, which was the 24th when I started. So the 23rd, I weighed myself just randomly. And by the way, weighing yourself like every week or every 2 weeks isn't good. So I just weighed myself and decided to, because it had been like 2 or 3 weeks since the start. And in those 2 or 3 weeks, I have been cutting back on what I eat, of course, walking at school, and mainly just cutting back. And things I'm cutting back on are bread and trying to have much soda, but sweets. Of course, you guys know I'm a sweethead. It's so hard not to try to want to get cake, or like ice cream or whatever. But sweets was the main thing I cut out. I haven't had sweets in a long time. And I'm not going to tell you guys my start weight. Maybe one day I will, but I don't feel comfortable saying that right now. But I lost 5 pounds in just those 2 or 3 weeks. And I know that might not seem like a lot to a lot of people, but that was a huge thing for me. I was like, wait, that means it's actually working. Me taking my time, doing things that I can do to see a change in myself is actually working in numbers. And then where it works with clothing, it actually happened yesterday. A few months ago, this shirt that I had got from Walmart, that it was just a regular red shirt, and it was in a time where my mom and I just needed to get some things for certain, because it was a lot going on at the time. The shirt was the only choice we had, and it didn't really fit. It didn't cover my stomach at all, but it was our only choice. Luckily, I wasn't going nowhere that much in that day, and yeah, the shirt just didn't fit right, but of course I had no choice but to get it. I put that exact same shirt on yesterday, and guys, it covers over my stomach, and it even looks longer. I'm like, how did that happen? So that's where you can see a change, and I'm very, very happy about that, and I have a long road to go. But by the end of 2021, my goal is to have lost at least 70 pounds. I know it seems like a lot, so I'm just going to say at least 50. Not that that's much of a difference, but after the first week of working, I can only imagine how much more I've lost. But I will keep you guys posted, and I will be truthful with you guys on this weight loss journey, but it's very, very exciting. And, you know, there's some hard times where, like, I just went to my baby cousin's birthday party this past Sunday, and she, like, her parents had cupcakes. Everyone was getting one, and I hadn't even eaten that day yet, which that's not a good thing either. I keep doing that, not eating all day or just eating once, which I do need to stop doing that, but, you know, I guess it is what it is, just as long as I don't pass out. But I'm not trying to have that happen to me, so I will try to eat more during the day. But, you know, everyone was looking like, Tori, come on, it's a weekend. Like, I know you're trying to cut back, but it's just like one cupcake. So I did it. But other than that, no other sweets. It's kind of hard, you know, once you have people pressuring you, but at the end of the day, it's your choice. But I'm very, very excited, and let's hope I see a difference in myself. But I do see a difference in my mood. Like, I am proud of myself. Losing the 5 pounds and to be able to fit into a shirt that didn't even cover my stomach and kept being lifted up and all that stuff a few months ago, and now it's like that. So that was the update on my weight loss, and that's something new that you guys can look forward to. Final, well, actually, these kind of 2 topics, it's not in one, but I'm going to make them in one just to save time. School and my license. Now, I think I'm going to start with the license first, because you guys know that the whole journey with the license thing has been a long time coming. And first of all, I'm going to say this. I do want my license, but people have to realize that this is a process. And yes, it's been a process for a long, long time for me, but I'm not a good test taker. No matter how hard I study, it's not good. So let me just give you guys a rundown pretty fast. So my father, I think either the beginning of this year or late last year, he talked to me about this thing called driving school. And I didn't even know that it existed. But it basically is you are with an instructor, and of course you guys drive around as if, you know, you're with your parent, but you're with an instructor and you guys are driving around. And I think it sounded like a good thing until my dad told me I had to get my permit in order to do it. So I went to go take the permit test for like the 4th time, failed, 5th time, failed, and I was like so fed up. But I realized maybe I should try to practice behind the wheel more so I can be ready for next time. But then, you know, so I did that with my mom for a few weeks, and she was a little nervous, but I'm like, we're in an empty parking lot, and this is for my beneficiary in order to get my license, which you want me to have. So you gotta do it. And she was actually really impressed with me. It was her first time driving with me, which is cool. And then when I started back to school and now work, I come to the realization that I'm going to have no time to do driving school, because I personally do not feel comfortable being in a car with someone I do not know at night, because unless someone wants me to come home from school, then pick me up, and then when daylight savings time starts, it's going to get dark faster. So that doesn't seem right. So and plus, I don't want to keep going to take this permit test, keep failing, and when I do pass, then I gotta do this driving school, which once again I don't have time for, then go do my actual test. So I'm at the point now where I just want to try to practice as much as I can, study any books that I can, and go take my test. And hopefully I have my license before the end of the year is over. But if not, then my goal is to have my license by March, before March of next year. That is my goal. See, making goals and making them happen. And of course I have some people in my life that they don't understand, but ultimately this is my decision, and I know what works best for me, and they just have to deal with it. So that's an update with that. But guys, I definitely am getting my license because I don't want to have to rely on people to drive me some places, and I'm very, very grateful to those who do. And I want to be able to leave some people's places whenever I can, to go to some people's places whenever I can, and yeah, I just want to be able to do that and get to work on my own and just be able to drive. And I want you guys to see my car. I already have a name, Becky. I've had it for a while. And she was my dream car from when I was a kid. My dad knows that, but of course my dream car has changed. But it's nice to have my dream car from when I was a kid, and one day to have my dream car from my teenage years. But that's my update with my license and driving and all that, and I will keep you guys posted with that. But the final topic is school, and it's pretty straightforward. School is going really great, and I love all my teachers, and I've met so many great people. Actually, shout out to my newest friend, Lisa. Her birthday was yesterday, and she's a really great person. And I met some funny people as well, too. And, I think I've talked about this a little bit. But, this year I got to go back to in-person school, and it was, the best thing. Because it's, when I was in high school again. Because I feel like that helped with my school academics. Because I was able to talk to teachers if I needed to. And got help. And I just love Durham Tech, and it's cool. So school's going really great, and yeah, that's just about wraps up this life update. So love you guys. I'm back, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.